everyone. It's Alicia with Benchmark Realty. I am here again with Amanda Garren of Nashville Angels. So, Amanda, tell me a little bit about yourself. What hobbies, your family? What do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, so I'm actually from North Carolina originally, and then I spent 5 years in West Virginia going to school, and then I moved here right after grad school about 3 years ago, actually. I just turned 27. I have a dog. She's a German Shepherd, and she's large and in charge.
As they
She's
all are.
great. Yes, always. Um, Before COVID, I was very into live music. I would go a couple of times a week, probably on average. But then COVID happened, so that kind of changed
Yeah.
everything. But I also love to cook and bake and read, and I love reality television probably more than I should. Uh, and then volunteering with Crosspoint is the church I go to here in
Oh, me
Nashville. So I
too.
and when I can. Oh, awesome. So yeah, and then when COVID happened, I joined a small group virtually, and now we kind of meet more in person now, which is kind of nice to have that kind of community again, because I felt like we were without it for so long.
I know. I'm just like, when can we go back to church? Or we can, like, I gotta find a small group I can see. I gotta see people. So,
Yes, oh my gosh, yes. I'm such a people person, very extroverted, like talk to literally anyone. So yeah, COVID has definitely been a transition and a challenge for someone who's extremely extroverted 99% of the time.
I know it's almost like a punishment for us.
I know, it's wild. So wild.
Awesome. Well, tell me about Nashville Angels. How did you get started? What's it about?
Yeah. So I guess about 2 years ago, I heard about it on a podcast. One of my small group girls from that small group was like, "Hey, do you listen to Rachel Hollis's podcast?" And I was like, at that point, I didn't know who that was, which is crazy to think now because I feel like everyone knows who she is.
Right.
I was like, I don't really know who that is, but I do like a good podcast. So cool, great. And at the time, I was working as a social worker for a community mental health agency here in Nashville, and I get stuck in traffic all the time. So I was like, let me just turn on a podcast. Let me just see what episodes there are. And at that point in my life, I knew that I wanted to do something with starting something nonprofit or creating something, but not really knowing what to do. My brain runs 100 miles an hour in 1,000 different directions at all times. And so narrowing down things is kind of difficult for my brain because I just see every
I
little thing that
understand.
doesn't happen. And so I was scrolling through her podcast episodes, and one was literally called How to Start a Nonprofit. And I was like, well, that seems like a good place to start. Like, okay. And so her guest that day was the CEO and founder of National Angels, which is the national organization, which we are a chapter of. So it started in Austin, and then now we have chapters all over the country, including Nashville. And we launched officially last July. So we're just a little over a year old. And we work to create support and community for kids and families in foster care. So that includes every child in foster care, especially the ones who are aging out, but as well as the families who are opening their homes to take in children in foster care. Because a lot of times foster homes close within a year, and it's never because they don't want to do it, it's because there's a lack of support. And so what Nashville Angels does is kind of comes in to bridge that gap between the state agencies, the organizations, as well as and with the foster parents and the families. And
Mhm.
we have a whole wraparound model that includes the parents, any biological children that are in the home, any adoptive child, as well as kids in foster care. And we do that through the Love Box program and the Dare to Dream program. And so, yeah, we have two. Right now, we're focusing more so on Love Box because since we're so new, we didn't want to jump head first with both programs. Because right now our case manager is a volunteer, so she can only do so much with that.
Mhm.
And so we're focused on our Love Box program, which is where we will partner a community group, whether it's a small group, a business, a family, a group of friends. Literally, every group is different, and then we match them with a foster family. So every month for a year, at least, it's a year-long commitment, but can be extended. They get a physical box full of practical things they need, whether it's school supplies, home
I
goods,
love it.
groceries, paper goods. I mean, everything under
Mhm.
the sun can be put in this box for a family. But through that, that group gets to wrap their arms and love around a foster family to make sure they have what they need from an emotional and community built standpoint.
That's amazing. I love that so
And then
much.
and then Dare to Dream is our one-on-one mentorship program for our kids who are at risk of aging out of the foster care system.
Okay. So do you have just volunteers that come in and sign up to mentor?
Yes, so we have volunteer signups for both on our website. We're getting ready to launch our first Love Box like official training because we only have 2 that are fully going on per month right now, but we have 3 slots open, and so I think we have like 9 or 10 groups open on our queue for like to be Love Box groups, and then we
Yeah.
have a few referrals in the queue as well.
Awesome. I'm gonna definitely check that out for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what kind of stuff? I mean, I know that you started a year ago, so it's kind of like you started, and then all of a sudden it's like we're in COVID. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, how has that affected? Because I'm sure, like, especially the foster families, it's been tough for them.
yeah, it has been the weirdest year in general. So we launched in July. I literally quit my job at the end of December to do this full time starting January 1. And then in March, they were like, quarantine, you can't go anywhere. And I was like, okay, great. So when I did that, I took a huge leap of faith. We did not have my salary completely in place when I quit my job. And so I did that knowing that I would not get my full salary for, a time being.
Mhm.
And then COVID happened and I was like, well, it's okay. I'm still getting a little bit. It's okay.
Right.
Uh, but we had 9 events planned from March to June that were all canceled.
Mm.
And those were awareness events, fundraisers. We were working on a gala for September as like our biggest fundraiser of the year. That was canceled. And so we've seen nothing but a spike in needs throughout this time because families can't go to work. People were out of toilet paper and groceries for like ever because you
Right.
just can't buy anything. And so we've been doing a lot of one-time boxes these last few months, just trying to make sure that we can reach as many foster families as possible right now to make sure they have what they need and they are being
Mhm.
supported because caseworkers can't go to the home and agencies can't go to the home. And the least we could do is, drop boxes off on their front porches for them. And so in May, I think we did 4 love boxes and then we did like 15 like graduation packs for teenagers who had graduated high school and didn't have anything to like come out of that with.
Yeah.
And then we did a couple age out baskets for a couple of the boys who were aging out of the group home that were moving into transitional homes that didn't really have anything except for like they needed things like toilet paper and dishes for
Right.
their kitchen and a laundry basket, laundry detergent. So we took care of that. And then in the end of June, beginning of July, we did 26 love boxes total for all the families at Monroe Harding. Just with like summer activities they could do just because they are stuck in the house. They can't really go to the pool. They can't go to the amusement park. They can't go on vacation. They're stuck at home and have been stuck at home together for months at this point. Like
Right.
we're running out of things to do. And so we are hoping to continue doing that the rest of the year. We have really buckled down and tried to get as creative as possible with any kind of event fundraiser we can have. So we're working on some fun virtual stuff now, and hopefully, a really fun fundraiser at the end of the year that we're going to be announcing really soon. Should COVID allow us to have it, hopefully things by then will be okay enough for us to host something. But we have some things in the works for that as well to hopefully raise some funds to help us carry out the rest of the year and start next year in quarter 1. So we shall see.
Yeah, you never know. So, how can people contact you if they want to get involved in your
Yes.
programs or just want more information?
Yeah, so our website is just NashvilleAngels.org. And then we're also on Facebook and Instagram at Nashville Angels Nonprofit. And then my email is just Amanda at NashvilleAngels.org. And I'm able to talk and, answer any questions from anybody that wants to just know more or wants to volunteer or anything like that.
That's so cool. So, my last question is, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because when I was from the age of 5 up until my sophomore year of college, I was going to be a pediatric nurse. Like that was all I was going to do. And then I got in nursing school and I was like going through the classes and I was like, this is great and all, but this is just not what I want out of life. What I'm going to do now because I've never thought about anything else. And then ended up going into social work and that's what brought me here, which is great. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I love your heart and your ambition for helping families and children for sure.
I
You
appreciate
guys
that.
go check out Amanda's Nashville Angels information. They can always, I'm sure, use volunteers. Always probably use funds. I'm sure fund if you have a little bit extra, especially towards the end of the year when you're looking to give a little bit more. Definitely check them out and keep them in mind too. So thank you so much, Amanda. It's
Thank
so nice to
you.
learn about your business and nonprofit.